Welcome back. It's time now for our community update this morning. And this morning we are joined by Shawano County Sheriff Adam Beaver. Good morning.
Good morning, Shelley. Good morning, Caitlin.
Good morning. Sheriff, most of Wisconsin is seeing a high surge in positive coronavirus cases. How is that affecting your county and the department's job?
Well, like any other county, it definitely affects us. But in law enforcement, we really can't quarantine. We can't send the inmates or residents, however you want to term them. We can't send them home. We can't send the jailers home. We got to stay at work. So we take precautions. We've learned a lot through this, pandemic. And what we're kind of different over here in how we approach. We really encourage education, and we also encourage good hygiene. But the biggest part that is different here in Shawano County is your choice. We encourage and promote choice. If you want to get a vaccine, get a vaccine. If you want to wear a mask, wear a mask. All of our schools are optional, and we're pretty proud about that. We don't do a lot of shutdowns or lockdowns.
And switching things up a little bit, are drugs a problem right now in the county with kids? And what types of drugs, if they are a problem?
Well, they're a problem all the time. Shawano County is just like every other county in the state and in the nation. Meth is a huge problem right now in America. Fentanyl is really bad. Heroin. But right now, meth is the #1 drug that's being used. And it's with kids. It's with teens. It affects our whole society, and it is a problem, and it's something that we need to get a handle on. It's why I support stronger borders on our southern. Over 90% of our drugs comes across the southern border, and we really need to handle that.
What are some preventative ways to keep kids off of drugs that you're doing?
Well, you got to keep them busy. That's the #1 thing. You got to keep them busy, get them into sports, get them into after-school faith-based youth programs. If they're not into work, sports, get them into some sort of work. They got to have some positive hobbies. You have to know who their friends are. Peer pressure is one of the biggest things that'll influence drug use. You got to have them hanging out with some good friends. If they don't have them, get them with family. You got to make sure, you got to know who the people are that they're hanging out with.
And so what's your advice for parents? How do they approach that conversation with their kids?
Well, it's a tough conversation to have, but you got to have it. Everybody knows someone that struggled with addiction, and so tell those stories to those kids. We just posted a story, actually an informational-based program that parents and kids can sit down and watch. It's good information for parents, teachers, and teenagers about the dangers of drug use. And so sit down and have that tough conversation.
There's a lot of construction on major roads in Shawano County. What are some safety tips do you have for drivers?
Well, folks, you got to slow down. Whenever you see those construction zone barrels, slow down for those construction workers. It's dangerous out there for them. It's dangerous for our folks driving. So slow down. That's the #1 thing. But the other thing that a lot of folks don't know is you got to be hands-free going through a construction zone. You can't have a phone in your hand during that time. So pay attention, both hands on the wheel, slow down. That's what we got to do through these construction zones to be safe for everybody.
All right, great advice there. And that's all the time we have for today. But thank you so much for joining us today, Sheriff. We appreciate your time.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
If you're going to be in Shawano County